Getting you closer to the fan artist experience. This is Real Rock Nights. Now, we're going to get you a little closer to great Southern hard rock. Now, these guys headline Sturgis. They were voted top 10 with the Austin Chronicle Music Awards. ESPN X Game performers. I'm talking about Blackheart Saints. And Josh is with me right now. Let me get my headphones back on, man. I got too much freaking hair right now.
Man.
How's it going, Josh?
Doing well. How about yourself, man? You been doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing
awesome.
How are you in these crazy times, man?
Man, we're trying to stay afloat, man. You know, it's trying to stay busy. We're in the studio recording music, which I think a lot of artists are doing right now, trying to take the time that we have off to try to be creative, man.
Well, one thing I noticed is have you noticed the barrage of cover tunes that have come out since this whole COVID thing went down?
Yeah, man. There's definitely a few of them coming out, right?
Do you think I wonder if that's part of the thing where people are bored and they're sitting with their music collection and discovering discovering old music and wanting to make it new?
Yeah, man. I mean, we're one of those bands that do that pretty often. So, you know, we like to take songs that we grew up to and kind of put our little spin to them. And if anything, maybe try to gather some fans, you know, from those artists who can appreciate what we're doing, you know, and showing homage to those artists. That's
true. Well, and you're influenced by a lot of older bands. I can hear, like, I'm an old dude. So, like, it kind of warms my heart to hear when
you look good. You look good for an old man. You look good for old.
well, thanks. Are you hitting on me?
No, I mean, hey, I only go one way, man. I only go one way.
No, to listen to your stuff and hear parts of GNR in there, or influences of things like hell, you even go to some Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
and kind of pull from that. And like I said, man, it kind of warms my heart to like see the old becoming new again.
Heck yeah, man.
It's kind of a cool thing. Now, one thing I want to talk to you about, I wanted to ask you, you guys, your breakout performance basically was, I believe it was 2014, if I can get my third brain.
That is correct. Absolutely.
Okay. South by Southwest, was that intimidating to you, or was that just like doing another show?
I mean, it was very intimidating. All of us kind of moved into Austin, chasing the dream. So, you know, we're all kind of small town boys. And we kind of grew up with that big idea of like moving to the big city and you know, trying to become the next GNR or something, you know, get discovered and stuff. So definitely for me, you know, we looked at South by Southwest as like a goal, you know, definitely being right in our backyards. I mean, that's why we moved there, is to try to be discovered as a rock and roll band, which is hard, you know, kind of during these times where, you know, rock isn't at the forefront like it was, you know, back in the day. So yeah, it was a cool experience, because just to see that much talent in one location from all over the world. I mean, man, it's hard to not be nervous, you know, and not want to bring your A game and give it all that you got. So it was cool, man. Very cool experience, very humbling experience. And it was the launch for Blackheart Saints. So,
and you took off from there, man. There's no stop, and you're. I thought this was kind of funny. You're being billed. I was sent a one sheet on this morning, and you're being billed as Dirty and Dangerous. Now, do you like having that moniker for your band?
Hey, I mean, hey, whatever works, man. As they say, there's no bad publicity. And our drummer, we call him Nasty Nate. That might be where the dirty comes from, because he's just a nasty person.
Nasty Nate? Okay. Okay.
Nate.
Wait a minute. Let's focus on this a little bit. He's a nasty person. Why do you say he's a nasty person?
You know, he's just he's a monster on the drums. He gets, you know, he makes sick, nasty beats, and everything behind the stage and in front of the stage and on the stage gets a little nasty with Nate on it. So I won't give all his secrets away. It's just come to the shows and you may be part of that nasty experience.
Okay. All right. There you go. Fair enough. I didn't know if like he didn't shower or something and
No, he's pretty clean, you know.
Okay. All right.
Unless you've been in the van for about 3 weeks, then may get a little rough in there. But other than that,
Then, well, which that's a little bit understandable, man. You know, you
dirty and dangerous. Look, I mean, that's what we do. Man.
Oh, geez. Okay, that's good morning.
Cheers.
Oh, wait, I guess it's like 1:35 in the afternoon right now.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere, man.
You're cool. Hey, people are comparing you to kind of having a voice like Chris Cornell. How do you feel about that? Because I myself would be incredibly flattered if I had any talent whatsoever. Now, somebody like you, what do you feel?
Absolutely. I mean, what I grew up with Soundgarden and Chris Cornell and Audio Slave and, you know, all his projects. So yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan, and my brothers were rockers. So they kind of show me like the Pearl Jams and all that stuff. So I grew up with these idols, you know, that I wanted to be like. You know, I watched the music videos back when MTV was showing them, you know, and it's like, you know, these are idols. So to even consider under an umbrella of the legends, I mean, I can't express how I would feel about that. I don't know how to feel. I mean, I'm just trying to do what I love to do, what I grew up watching. And those guys inspired me to just be everything that I could be, because I loved what they did. I loved their messages. I loved their performances. I loved the way they looked. You know, it was a bigger than life image, you know? So that's always what I wanted, man. So to even to be even considered like that, that's crazy, man. I don't know how to take that.
I just, when I saw that, I was like, man, that's got to be heavy. Does it ever hang over you, or how do I say it? Does it ever change the way you do things? Did you see when people started comparing you to, well, even Alter Bridge? Like,
yeah, Miles Kennedy.
Like,
right?
I've heard you compared to Miles Kennedy different times. And as that went on, as you climbed the ladder, did you see yourself changing your performance or your writing a little bit to fit that?
Maybe not necessarily to fit it, but I think something that has grown with me has been what is the message I'm trying to give out? You know what I'm saying? Like, when I kind of look at these guys, you know, what I saw from the beginning was just what was right in front of me. Now, when you start digging deeper into these artists, it's like there was so much going on, and I connected so much with those guys. You know, Scott Weiland and stuff. I mean, these guys were rough dudes who went through a rough past, and that's, you know, I've went through that myself. So I connected with these guys. I listened to their stories, and then as the band started to grow, I kind of started to understand that, because I used to say, you know, I let the song write me. I don't write the song.
Okay.
It's just been something that I've always said. So I would always just go into the music room with the guys. We would just lay some stuff down, almost like freestyling, and just write a song out. Then we'll kind of work on it and get it all situated, and we make some cool songs. But as time has grown, there's more of a purpose to what we're doing. You know, I started to realize that, and kind of realize what Chris Cornell and them were doing with their messages and the way they connected with people, and how you get your message from the stage to the people. And like I said, sometimes we don't know how that goes. You know what I'm saying? I could write a song that means something, and it relates to somebody else in a different way. But when I started to get those messages in to say, hey, this song has helped me get through this, or I was thinking about doing this, and your song just kind of meant something to me, and kind of maybe, you know, step up or get, you know what I'm saying, and get back on my feet, that really started to mean something to me. And that's when things start to really change. It's like, okay, well, this is bigger than what I just thought it was. So
have you had a lot of that, as far as finding yourself being an actual inspiration to people and things that you do? Have you had a lot of people come up to you at shows and say things of that nature?
Absolutely. I mean, I had one show in San Antonio, Texas, where there's this young guy who was talking about, you know, he came out to his show, and he was going through a heartbreak, and he was thinking about, you know, suicide that night and everything.
Oh,
and I actually pulled this guy in to the merch table, you know, because after our set, you know, we played with, I forgot who we played with that night, but we were the second band out of three. So did our show, got off, and then that guy came and talked to me, and we just pulled him, you know, behind the merch table, man. I just let him hang out, and I talked to him for the whole night, you know, and just connecting with this guy. And you know what I'm saying? It's just things like that that you would never expect to happen. Like I said, we're there to have fun, to bring enjoyment, to do a big show. It's dirty, it's dangerous. We have excitement, you know, so you never think about the other side of that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like what maybe people may be dealing with. So it's very humbling to even have that kind of chance in life to be able to maybe touch somebody, man. I mean, I would have never thought it would come down to this. And that means a lot to me, man.
That is awesome, man. On to the Misery EP. Now, you've had Lines and Misery that have breakout radio hits. Misery did really, really well on our flagship station. And what was your vision for this EP? What were you thinking when you put it together? Was there a start and end point to it that you wanted to hit?
Yeah, I mean, it was so Misery, we kind of took a different spin because it's something that we don't release full albums, really who's doing full albums without having a big label or anything behind you. So we've just been breaking up things with EPs, and of course we just throw a cover song in there just to kind of tie it all in, and we just keep releasing stuff as often as possible because it's all about content and it's about releasing so much. So we've always had stepping stones of where we're going with the album. With Misery, we kind of took a really cool direction with it. And when we started to write the songs, we kind of saw like, oh man, these kind of somehow fit together in the story. So we actually made Misery the film, which we did 4 videos for each song, and each one would lead into the next song. And it's really cool. So it kind of made the story. So what we did is we kind of gave you a day in the shoes of a musician, you know what I'm saying? From being in the van, from getting lost on the road to, showing up to the music shop because you got a broken guitar, you know what I'm saying, to get repaired. You got to be at the show that night. So we took a really cool film aspect to this whole new album, and Misery was just kind of the title of what we were going through at the time, which was, I mean, we just released Misery, and then before you know it, here's, the COVID stuff. So it kind of shut us down. We were going through this whole thing of not knowing, what's going to come in the future for us. And how well would this song do? It's like everything's come to a stop. So we just, we kind of shot it that way. You know what I'm saying? Misery was just that type of song for the right time, I guess,
That's one thing I noticed in your music over the years listening to you is you guys seem to progress, but yet keep that familiarness intact. Cool. How exactly do you do that? How much actual, well, I know you guys obviously have to have a buttload of talent to do what you do, but how do you actually create that? What is that, from a theory? Is that from a headspace?
I think that's just time, man. I mean, the more time you put into it with anything, the better it gets. And I think we just have grown together as a band. We now have history. We know each other. We have stories that we told each other. It gets deeper than just the music, and we feed each other, and we lean on each other. So I think it's just progression of that, knowing, and we have a formula with everything as well. We know how we're gonna, it's me and Mark are gonna write the song, with the riff and the vocals and the melody, and trying to get a rough idea, and then we're going to just start bringing that to the guys, and then they start bringing it to the next level, and then we take it to the studio with the producer, and our producer at 512 Studios in Austin. He's hands-on. He's like our fifth member. He's like the fifth Beatle in a sense, So he's there to help us kind of see our vision and bring it to light. So we just have a formula. It's just like that. And like I said, and as time has grown, we've grown with each other. And I think the music kind of shows that, and the respect for each other, and the talent kind of, it's very organic. We're not there to kind of dictate anything. We bring all the ideas to the table and say, how do we make this the best song that it could be? And then again, at this point, we know that these songs can mean something. So it's like, what is the message? What are we trying to say? What are we going to talk about? Why are we doing this? So yeah, there's a formula, man,
Almost like a practice makes perfect kind of thing.
There you go. Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Very simple.
I want to thank you so much for joining us here on Real Rock Nights. And what music platforms can people find stuff for Blackheart Saints on?
Man, we're all over social media. So, I mean, if you Google Blackheart Saints, we're there. Spotify, YouTube,
Just gonna have
iTunes,
pages of stuff
everything,
come
man.
up.
We got it, man. Just go to the website, blackheartsaintsmusic.com, and you can find everything that you would need to know.
blackheartsaintsmusic.com. Okay, and then also you pick stuff up at shows.
Yeah.
When stuff gets when stuff gets rolling again,
right.
You can pick stuff up at shows. Go to the shows when they start again.
That's right.
Josh,
we're ready, man. We're ready.
Thank you so much, man. Getting any closer to the fan artist experience. This is Real Rock Nights, and we will be back.